en garde. Toréador, change bien, oui, change à combattant, les noirs torgor, et que l'amour t'attend, toréador, l'amour t'attend.
What the Iran Heritage Foundation has done has played a major part in building a worldwide expert community to study and to preserve. But it's done something far more, because what it has also done is to allow the rest of the world to discover a history that they didn't know before, and a history that's more and more important.
This is a very, very important time for our own relationship with Iran, the European relationship with Iran, the American relationship with Iran, and it will be greatly deepened if we invest in understanding the heritage.
Why the preservation of Iranian cultural objects and monuments is so important is because for most of the world they are the easiest way to understand the extraordinary length of Iranian history and the depth of Iranian culture.
It's a heritage that belongs not just to Iranians that are here today, but to all Iranians who have been here up until now and all future generations that are to come. And I really encourage young Iranians to study the history. History does not have to be boring, and some of the most interesting and fascinating stories are the ones that have actually occurred.
It's through the things, through the buildings, that the whole world can understand that this is a civilization of 5,000 years and more. And the threats to environment, the threats to urban development, are really a threat to the world understanding of why Iran matters so much.
And the purpose of this conference is to highlight some areas where cultural heritage is in danger and where protective measures are needed.
So whatever we can do to contribute in terms of expertise, corporations, we are happy to, we really the team of the V&A, we are happy to support it. But at the same time, I think we need a very, very personal relationship to friends and colleagues from Iran.
It's easy for those of us who've had the good fortune to have some kind of personal experience in Iran to be optimistic about how quickly things will be able to recover once the political climate warms.
Cultural preservation in Iran is a huge thing in terms of world history. If we take the example of writing, which was invented in the south of Mesopotamia, Iraq, and or Iran, this is actually not very certain. The fact that we can read that is due to Iran. The Rosetta Stone of cuneiform writing is the Bizertun inscription. And imagine that this monument is in a rather bad condition nowadays. If we don't take care of it, it will disappear. But preserving Iranian heritage is not just about Iran, it's preserving a major part of mankind's past.
The great thing about the Iran Heritage Foundation is that it is invested in people who will connect with the past through scholarship, through archaeology, through a deepening understanding of the nature of the Iranian civilization.
This program has a very specific aim. Its aim is to enable Iranian students and scholars to come to the UK for a short period of time and receive training at partner institutions such as universities and museums that work closely with the IHF. They will be in contact with scholars here in this country. They will learn about preserving objects, they will learn about registering objects, conserving, and then they will take back with them all that they have gathered and learned during their fellowship time in Britain.
The future has to be about education, has to be about teaching people and enabling them to learn about the heritage of Iran, about the place of Iranian civilization in our own daily lives. Divorced from that, we tend to get lost in present events.
We work in institutions where we're encouraged. They produce all this in difficult circumstances. I feel quite emotional about it, and I say it's the duty of every Iranian to support such a cause.
This is a big moment, you know. We are going to grow closer to Iran, there's no question. I mean, of course, there'll be hiccups, but we will grow closer. And in so doing, we need to understand much, much more about the part that the Iranian civilization plays in our own lives. That way, we'll be able to communicate better, we'll be able to understand how we got to where we are. That's why I 100% support the Iran Heritage Foundation, and I hope you will too.
چه گلی حاصل عشق است و امید چه گلی از دل ایمان بدمید چه گلی قرمز و سبز است و سفید